Good morning, curling fans. Welcome into the Gouden Carolus 2024 tournament. I am your host, John, and with me, as always, is Pim. And we are ready for this. This is going to be an exciting 3 days of curling. We've got 13 sessions planned, so get ready, get used to seeing a lot of us over the next few days, as well as all of these teams. We've got teams from 7 different countries, I believe.
Yeah.
Not only Belgium, but all over Europe. So we're really looking forward to this. It's a little bit of a different format this morning, or this weekend. It's more Bonspiel rules. So we're playing 16 teams, 4 groups, but instead of ends, we're playing by time. So they're at an hour and 20 minutes. A bell will ring. They finish the end at 104 or an hour and 40 minutes. The match is stopped no matter what. So if they can't finish their last end in the last 20 minutes, they're playing pretty slow. So, we've already got some things underway. We've got 5 sessions going. Let's take a look at the groups, which is
Understood. Yes,
there we
here
go.
it is. So yeah, it's a kind of nice, well-packed tournament here in Belgium, and we also like to have a lot of foreign teams. We have teams from different nations, but also there are teams and players from other nations joining those teams. I think we have Mexican players, Dutch players, etc., etc. So kind of a really, really nice international tournament here. 4 groups, 4 teams per group. The best 2 teams of each group, they advance to the knockouts. And it's kind of straightforward knockout round. So quarterfinal, semi-final, and final. Quarterfinals will be played tomorrow evening, Saturday evening. And then we open Sunday with the semi-finals and of course some placement matches and the big finale around Sunday at noon. We have 13 games scheduled for you on broadcast, so it will be kind of a marathon for us as well. It's we're on death row a bit, but we'll manage. We're fresh. We had our breakfast and our coffee. We should manage. But 5 games on Friday today, 5 games tomorrow, 3 on Sunday. So well-packed weekend of curling here in Belgium, Curling Club Zemst.
Yeah, so we hope you're ready. We're going to jump out to the ice. We'll keep talking about what's going on since they've already started. Not much warm-up time on these matches, so we'll get
out
to
the prediction just before.
Before we go out, yes, let's do the predictions.
That's the important thing here.
Yeah. So this morning we have Canadians V2, which is a resurrection of another team, Canadians here in Belgium, which was made up of a lot of foreign Canadian players living here now in Belgium. So there's technically one Canadian on this team, but he's new. The gentleman putting the team together, Gary Hermans, is also our tournament director. He was on the former Canadians team, but they've brought in a couple of Dutch players to fill in. So we have Wim Nelemans and then Bart Klomp coming in down from the Netherlands to help join them. So along with newcomer John from Canada, I don't know his last name. So
John Canadian or John Doe.
I mean, every Canadian we've had in the club has been named John, so it's just like a new guy coming in with the same one.
Yeah.
Sliding Ladies is kind of a mix between it's this former skip of the Belgian women's national team, Caro van Oosterwijk, along with a couple of our junior players, Tess and Ziva, and also the junior
imposter,
skip. Yeah, the imposter. Dirk van today he identifies as a woman. It's 2024. We don't judge. You do whatever you do.
No, but
he's the junior skip or junior coach. Jeez, captain, whatever. He's the junior coach, and so he'll be joining them today. So that's just give you a breakdown of the teams. I'm gonna go with the Sliding Ladies.
Well, and that was your first hashtag, John's wrong, because Dirk is not the juniors coach. That's Frank and Kim, but Dirk is the coach of the Belgian women's national team, the Blue Huskies. But that's a minor detail. But if Frank's watching, he will be pointing this out to you. I'm pretty sure about that.
Oh, Leon's joining us. And he's going with Canadians.
Awesome pick. We didn't pick yet, but kind of for everybody watching, we have the chat open. So if you have opinions, if you spot things on the ice, the shot of the matches, predictions, whatever, feel free to join us. If you spot mistakes we make, or if you want to comment on our looks, we feel free. The chat is endless. You can type in whatever you want. The internet is so big, there will never be.
Be respectful. That's the rule. Be respectful. That's all we ask.
John, you can have the honor to make the first prediction.
Okay, well, I'm going with the Sliding Ladies. I just feel like Caro and Tessa Ziva play really well. Dirk, obviously one of our stronger players in Belgium, so I'm going to take them. They know each other. They've all played together. I'm going with the Sliding Ladies.
Well, this is the second hashtag John's Wrong of today. I have to counterpick you there. I mean, the experience with the Canadians is so big with Wim Nelemans, coach of the Belgian men's team. The experience of Wim Nelemans alone captures, I think, 50% of European curling experience in one man. So how can you ignore that fact? And then you have Gerry, you have a real Canadian. All Canadians are perfect at curling. That's a well-known fact within curling. So, and then you have Bart Klomp. He made a very good shot at the match. So this is a dream team. I can't see how you kind of wave that off. So I'm going for the Canadians, and I'm going to show everybody out there who's watching why I am the boss of the booth here and why I am right about these things. I'm going with the Canadians. This is my first prediction out of many.
All right, then. Well, with that, we're going to jump out on the ice. They're already in action. I think they probably played a few stones. We'll catch up with what they're doing, and we'll see you out there. Hope you guys are ready for this. There we go.
Right. I'll prepare my place here. And meanwhile, we will start updating the scoreboard, see where we are here at the game.
We're going to mute the skips for a moment while we try to sort this out. My tablet stopped working all of a sudden.
All right, so Canadians playing with the red stones, and Wim Nelemans playing with the gray jersey here is skipping the team this tournament. Now, we didn't mention, but we have two other games going on the A sheet and on the C sheet. And we will try to keep you updated on scores of those games as well. So we have the Grey Ducks playing against Hennes Schnupp, the Swiss team. They're all called Heinz for some reason. And on the C sheet, we have Desperate Housekeepers, kind of the runner-up here in Belgium curling, playing against the famous Danish team Scandalicious. It was the first team I've played in my curling career when we went to our first Bonspiel in Denmark. It was in Silkeborg a year ago.
They're on the T line. However, it is out in the open, so we've got a hit. This is the hammer stone here coming from Canadians. Bart Klomp with the masterful. He made some great shots in one of his last matches here on the broadcast matches here.
That's really indeed Bart Klomp, the Dutch guy playing in a German jersey for the Canadians. No way people can be confused out there. No, this will overcurl, I think.
Need to get this one around. Don't think it's going to. It is at least hard enough to move that yellow out. That didn't actually give him a second point, but that is going to be a steal of one for
the ladies.
For the ladies here.
And I wonder if you are able to kind of pick the imposter over on the ladies team, because apparently, we don't know for sure, but one of the players over on the ladies team is disguising as a lady, but is in fact a lady with a mustache.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of controversy with Dirk and his choice of outfits. The Kara was not a fan of the skirt, but Dirk insisted on playing with it, so that is his prerogative. So as we start things off here in end number 2, Tess is going to be starting things off, excuse me. Now, we had a couple of practice sessions last night, so some of these players were out here on the ice getting used to it. But after the practice sessions, they sanded the stones, so They're not going to quite react the same way they had been last night. Looks like there's quite a bit of curl. This one coming a little bit deep into the house, but sitting there right there on the pin. Very nice stone. Now let's see if we can't get these skips in play.
Ooh. It's a bit loud, this one.
This one is a touch loud, yeah. Wim Nelemans skipping and throwing lead stones for Canadians. This one looks a bit on the heavy side.
Starts to curl.
And slows down quite a bit at the end there, so not so heavy. Nice little corner tap there. Oh my goodness, that's loud.
Yes. Well, good morning to you too, Caro.
Well, that could just be loud for us.
Yeah.
So we did some technical changes and maybe not the...
Maak je nog vallen?
Don is upset.
Yeah, yeah,
Wim
yeah.
is no longer with the master beta.
Oh yeah, that was the team
That
name.
was the team name, yeah.
That was he was playing with Tuur and Bram then.
Blijven gaan. Oké, mooi. Ligt goed.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Starting guard. Kind of under curls a little bit. Needed that just a little bit more over to get some coverage. It's so unusual for us to see the stones coming in so wide. We're used to more like 3-4 feet of curl. This one's getting out into the deep into the blue, so like 5-6. That one comes up a little light and sets up the guard. Sets up the guard for the ladies. Caro's going to try to come in behind this one, get between. Asking hard on the sweep. This one's a little bit on the light side, I think. It might over curl as well.
I think that's something we'll see today, especially in those first games. Stones kind of over curling because with new sanded stones, they will curl a lot more than people here at the club are used to. So they will need to adjust their the memory of the ice to the reality here.
Yep. This one's coming around. Looks like it's going to be all right, but might be a bit on the heavy side.
I think it will tap the guards.
Yep, unable to hold it. Kind of opens things up. But taps that guard into a good spot for Canadians. I think they're going to be happy with that. It's going to prevent the yellows from being run back. So looking to put up another guard here.
Dirk is trying to use the force to manipulate the stone into play.
This one's going to over curl, hoping for a little tap back. Just misses that yellow.
Taps red into the house.
So another opportunity for Canadians to kind of go at this. I think they're going to try to freeze up against it. Although with that ice, maybe they're going to want to put a little bit more weight into it. So here we have our first look at... Nope, sorry, second look at Canadian John, excuse me.
Canadian John.
Since I'm an American, I'm American John. This one also a bit tight. That's going to catch on that yellow. That's going to push that red further into the house. Goes all the way through with a little bit of help from Caro there. But the shooter does sit biting on the side of the house, so still some options here. Caro setting up for a guard They want to try to protect this shot stone.
Immediately calling for a line, I guess.
One feels on the heavier side, but that's going to
Is it okay?
actually curl over. That's going to catch on that red. If I can move that further back, that's going to be a great stone. Gets it, pushes it back into third shots. So sliding lady sitting 2 in strong positions.
Yeah, excellent stone here from the man or the lady in the skirts.
Trying to get this one to curl over. It's going to catch it on the side, but also taps that one on the yellow, or that red on the back, and stays in the house. That is going to be... second shots? It's very close with that red. Sorry, it took me a long time to think about what I was trying to say there.
Yeah, indeed opting for a guard. I think that makes sense. And Carol saying, well, we can also take out a couple of redstones here. Just avoid Canadians from scoring big here. Kind of force them to just draw for one. That also
Yeah,
makes
why
sense.
not? Yeah, it keeps the house open. Or
There is
keeps
a
it
double.
Split. Yeah, and there's a double there if they get in between the two. It's going to over-curl, catch on the one, but still, that's a good shot there, I think. Good choice from Dirk to play that.
Yeah. So you can see who's wearing the skirts, but you can also see who's wearing the pants here, as Caro overruled Dirk's opinion, going for that takeout. You should always listen to the skip. That's
Skip has final say. They are the on-ice leader. They should be the ones making the final decision. But a good skip will take input from their team. So going for a hack weight on this one, trying to get at that yellow. Trying to hold it out. There it goes, that late curl, but did they hold it out too far? Oh, they did. Just catches a little bit of that yellow. Opens up the center a bit. Shooter rolls out the back, so plenty of opportunity here for the ladies to drop something on a guard somewhere on that top of the 8-foot. They're sitting in a very strong position right now. Three stones counting. Canadians running out of stones. It's going to be very difficult to get that red on the side to count. Adamik saying, ooh, Wim is playing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, is that good or bad?
I think that's good. Yeah, Mamik is a fan of Wim.
I think so, yeah. And Don saying Wim is the true GOAT.
Yeah. The epic GOAT, the legendary player. And also kind of a colleague of ours.
Yeah, he is also a broadcaster as well.
Yeah. He works for a network called Eurosport.
This one's a little bit deep. This one's going to carry onto the button.
I like this one. It's in front of the D-line. It's buried behind the guard. This is a perfect stone. It's still with some
It's
neck
a
weight.
good
It's
stone.
reachable, yeah.
It's a good stone. Perfect is not the word I would use, because there's enough with the hack weight to get on the nose, or even on the right side edge of the nose, and bury this one as well. So, and if anyone can do that, it is Bart. He has shown time and time again he is a very good player. Although this one is a little bit heavy, it's going to catch on the left side. And
Rolls out,
unfortunately,
though.
it's going to roll out. So
I think a reattempt for Caro. It's a similar situation as 2 stones ago.
yeah, this one is important. Needs to be in the 12-foot. Needs to be on the left side of that center line.
Yeah, if you can kind of force Bart to throw this type of hackway takeout, chances are you'll spill the shooter, and if that happens, this is the house that you get. And that could be a steal of 3 here. So forcing Canadians to do this kind of hackway takeouts makes the stone pretty good.
Looks like it's on a good line.
Is it going to curl enough? That is the question.
I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, very late curl. Gets right over there on that center line, and that's...
Yeah,
I personally would have liked to have seen that a little bit more to the left.
I think Dirk was kind of disappointed. He wanted to, in hindsight, sweep it earlier so it's deeper and it kind of catches that curl more. But it's still a draw for 1 here and a force to 1. It's not in the house, but it makes the draw, I wouldn't say more difficult, because kind of the forefoot is still wide open. You just have to touch the forefoot to score here. Yeah. Area on the broom. Get static sweeping. All about the weight here. The line is fine. Needs to find that last minute curl, but this seems okay. Will it stop?
Good.
Will it stop in time?
Ooh, that seems heavy. Is Karen
does.
able to sweep it?
It's
No,
okay.
That's just okay. A little bit more scary than they would have liked.
Yeah.
But still a pretty good stone there from Bart to take 1 in that end.
Great shots, yeah. They feel easy, but they are so important, and a miss there could be very costly. Imagine if you kind of just overthrow it. There is a potential steal of 2 or more out there. That did not happen. Bart did the job.
So we have some updates from our other sheets. Over on sheet A, Hennish Schnupp scored 5 in the first. So they lead Grey Ducks 5-0 over in the second end. And over on sheet C, the Housekeepers opened with 1. And so they lead it over Scandalicious 1-0.
Yeah, I think Housekeepers, they should do well in this tournament. Talked to Bram, and he said, well, their ambition is pretty high. They really want to reach final. It will depend, of course, how things will look in the quarterfinals and the semis. But if they have a good draw there, they have that option.
Wim going a bit deep on that first stone. Harrow saying corner guard with this much curl, there's going to be very easy to get over. There might even over curl, so they got to watch out get the line right on this. You see it immediately start to turn at the logo, so that's really going to end up wide. They're going to try to hold this as far as they can. Ooh, it actually feels a bit heavy, so might as well sweep this into the house, let it bite on the side. And sits over there just past the tee line, but on the side of the house, so that could come into play later in the end. You can see on the timer in the back there, 53 minutes left before the bell. It's also one of the reasons why we're seeing teams be very quick between ends, not taking the time looking to chat about things. They want to try to get in as many ends as possible. This one's going to come in right there on the center line. Very nice guard. The no-tick rule is in effect, as is the 5-rock rule. One of the differences we have in this match, in this tournament, is that players are allowed to change position between ends. Also, skips may change, so Tess indicating this one is a little bit inside, so the sweepers jump on it right away. Don saying that it looks like it's really fun to play. Yeah, Don, I would really like to be out there on the ice and play with these kinds of stones. It's when it curls like this, it's so much fun. This one coming up a little bit light, so ends up as a high center guard on that center line. Still no takeouts allowed, so they want to make sure they get around this one. Shouldn't be a problem unless it's super light, but since Wim is asking for John to put it in the house, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, so Leon asking, why is there a rule to change positions in between ends? I think the basic idea here is that it's a bonspiel, and then Gerry, kind of the tournament director, decided, well, this could be a nice touch, especially for kind of teams that just are here for the fun. They can switch around, so nobody has to kind of play lead all tournament if they don't like to do that. If you have those kind of teams that are just out there to have some fun. But of course, the teams with ambitions, they will probably stick to their main lineup.
Yeah, and I also think it has to do with there were a couple of teams that were due to last minute changes or last minute issues were going to be possibly short players, so they wanted to allow teams some flexibility that if they needed to move things around to kind of give people a rest and from sweeping and things like that. So
yeah.
This one comes up a little bit light, but taps things open a little bit there. Going for a guard. I was kind of looking, what does he do? What does he do?
Yeah, I wonder if Gerry will be able to forge a new team for next season, the Belgium Curling League. I know he has been kind of planning to revamp the Canadians. He's in search for Canadians living in Belgium to join his team.
Taps that one through, but unfortunately peeks out that other guard, so there is a bit of an opening there. Caro saying, let's go with a hack weight at this.
Yeah, it
maybe
could,
full weight.
Well, a nice hit and roll, so you can leave the shooter behind your corner guard. That would be pretty nice.
Yep.
Dirk on the broom, trying to hold the line. We all know that stones have been sanded. It might overcurl if it drops below a certain amount of weight.
This is going to catch that top red, but that's okay. It opens things up as long as it pushes it through the house, and it does. So that was the miss. And good stone there from Ziva. Oh, Dirk has already lost his hat.
Yeah.
Usually doesn't take him very long to take it off.
No. Sometimes I wonder why he's even bothers wearing it, because just after one end he would
he takes it off, yeah.
Take it off, yeah.
Got to hold this one hard, but it's slowing down. That's going to tap on that guard, so
opens things up.
Not the right weight there. Opens things up even further.
Yeah, team's struggling a bit with weights and brooms so far. Don't know if that is the case on the other two sheets. Yeah. Opportunity here for a couple of takeouts. The head's back on, so apparently it's his sliding head, but
maybe just when he's sweeping, he gets so warm he takes it off.
Could be.
But I wonder where he hides it. I didn't see it anywhere.
No, that was a mystery.
He's maybe the new magician. This one coming in well. This one's going to roll off to the left. Will it get behind that red? Not quite, but it does kind of bring that red into play. Yeah. So
decent stone there.
Go for a takeout here. Working to hold this one. think this is going to be okay, but with that late break, it's going to just miss the red and
Oh,
rolls
excellent.
underneath it. Wow, good stone.
I'm clicking this one. Potential shot of the match.
Ooh, you clicking it now.
Oh, yeah, I just...
That's fine. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
Normally you're the one who clicks, right?
Yep. I gave Pims, I added some buttons to his stream deck, so now he can mute me whenever he wants. He can choose shot of the match. But it does set up a potential double there, so if Dirk has the weight right, I think this will be okay. Right on the nose.
Excellent.
Ooh, jams a little bit, so the red sticks around.
Was it not hard enough? Did it not move the first red enough? Dirk apologizing to the skip there for making that... I wouldn't call it a mistake because it was still a decent shot. But yeah, they probably wanted both out. Very indicating this might be a bit heavy.
This one's going to go past T. Caro's going to sweep this one out the back, and there it goes.
Yep. Good call there from the sweepers calling the weight there. Good thing it happens now and not with his last stone in the previous end. Yeah, opportunities here for the ladies to try and do a steal here. They could take out red by hitting their yellow stone and maybe roll to the center line to kind of close up the middle a bit.
Yeah, a little bit on the right side of the nose would see that yellow guard stay, and the shooter probably roll over to the middle. That would be ideal.
Yeah, although maybe they don't want a center guard because that's an invite for the Canadians to draw behind and try to steal here.
I don't know. I think there's enough. If it is in the house, it's going to be a little bit harder to get behind, I think, with everything. So it really kind of depends on where it ends up. Don't want it to slide too far over to the right. Sweep it immediately. I think this one's going to be just over. It's going to over curl.
Oh, it over curls. It over curls. Oh no.
Oh.
Flashed.
Sweepers. Yeah. Dirk saying we need more weight. And he is not wrong. Bart can bury this one over on the right.
Yeah.
The potential force to 1. Needs to get behind all of that, all of those guards over there on the right.
We need to sweep it hard to get it in the house.
Wim is coming out to sweep. Love to see the skip sweep. No, that's a good stone.
Excellent.
Splits the house. It's going to basically prevent them from going for more than 1.
Yeah, the pressure is on the ladies to avoid the steal here. I mean, it's still there, but Caro sitting up here. I think they are going for just a draw, and they can catch the inside of the reds as a backup plan if it would overcurl, of course. But just making sure that stone is in the forefoot should be fine. Forefoot is wide open here, so this is basically an open draw for 1. But there are 2 red stones there, making things a bit scary there. So it has to be good weight. Sweepers are on it. Ooh, is this light?
Oh, they need to work on this.
It feels light.
Oh, it is light.
And this is a stool of 2, so 2 misses from Caro here. A missed takeout and then a draw that was left short, which gave Canadians a steal of 2, and now Canadians are in the driver's seat for this game. And again, it's not an 8-ender, so there is a time clock. So that means if you kind of have to catch up, you can't really kind of play safe. You have to take some risks to get back in the game because it's probably going to be 6 enders here today.
Stop.
Wim kicking off this third end here.
Whoops, didn't want to do that. That's
Right.
what I wanted to do.
So getting a stone in the house. This is the aggressive move, kind of inviting the ladies to maybe take it out, do a little hit and roll, or try and come around. But I like how this redstone is sitting there. Maybe this one is pushed inside. It feels a bit pushed. Sweepers are already on the broom to hold the line here.
This one also feels a little on the light side too.
Ooh, look at that fall. They stopped sweeping.
Oh no, actually carries deeper than I thought. Gets into the house, stays a bit on the outside, but okay. Could be good for them still. Updates from the other sheets. Hennes Schnupp put a 2 spot on the board in the second. So they lead at 7-0, and Scandalicious came back with 3 of their own in the second end, so they are leading 3-1 over Housekeepers in the third end over there. It's going to be a little bit on the deeper side, but that's going to get into sweeping this one. Not quite sure why they swept that. Maybe they wanted it a little bit further past the tee. Again with the sweep straight off the hand, and look at it, just starts to curl immediately. This one's going way outside. Maybe it'll catch that yellow, tap it through. Taps it further in, but hits the red, and then that yellow comes squeaking out the back. So here, chance for Canadians. Just need to set up a guard. They've got 2 stones in the house. Let's get something protected. Want to take away any potential doubles. I think there's possibly enough space, but there's, I don't know, there's doubles there. This one's going to just not make it over the hog. Nope.
It's not
just
over the
a
hog.
little bit short. Nope.
Yeah.
Down pushed it.
That's unfortunate because they really, really needed that guard to kind of put on the pressure now.
Yeah.
The ladies can start cleaning things, or they can start
Going for a guard here, or at least trying to draw something in there. Maybe use that one behind the tee line as backing.
I think just a tap and roll to the side is good enough in terms of weight. But if you throw back weights, you need enough. You need to give enough ice to get that curl. But that little
Oh, this one's gonna over curl on them, and unfortunately, that's gonna go a little bit deeper than they like.
Yeah, they were going for that freeze on top
Yeah.
of, or the tap on top of it, but just need to get that. Yeah, you see that the skips are still trying to figure out, and the players themselves trying to figure out that weight line combination. How much ice do I need to give for it to curl, because these stones are moving a ton.
Yeah, true. Because it felt like, okay, they're going for a kind of tap and roll, but they're giving a lot of ice, and in hindsight, it wasn't even enough ice.
Yep.
It overcurled. So skips that are able to figure out the ice, and they will have an advantage. But also, I think routine teams that kind of know how they all throw and play, they will have an advantage over kind of teams that are composed just for this tournament. Dirk opting to come around. I mean, there is still a draw with a little bit of backing, but then again, it's 1 point enough.
I know Ziva didn't look quite so happy with that stone there. Not really sure she looked. Caro waving them on, trying to get this one deeper. Don't think this is going to get around that red, but if it curls over, it can tap that red off to the side and then shift underneath.
It's not shots.
Second shot, though.
It's second shot, yeah. Yeah, but again, I think Canadians trying to look for a steal here, so...
However, you do have...
the run backs.
They do have a run back. They do have a double here, honestly. Yellow can come in and do one of those. Oops. You're not seeing my telestrator. But you can see that.
Yeah, that's an option.
But I think they're going to try to draw in, tap that yellow out of the way, and leave something in the middle there.
Yeah, you have quite a lot of stones serving as backing, so if you just put something on the pin, it's harder to take it out with 3 stones or 2 stones sitting behind T-line. So,
Ooh. Bot went kind of nuts, dropped a bunch of links in there, a viewer's choice poll, which honestly I need to disable that one. We haven't looked at that in a while. That's from a very old shot. This one's going to just kind of settle in there.
look at that Swedish
little
curl.
Swedish curl right at the end. Prevents it from going into the button, but
It's so aesthetically pleasing to see those Swedish curls. Yeah, this makes it hard because the option you've mentioned before, the kind of a double takeout, is not there anymore. And what you do with this house if you're yellow? A reddish shots. They can still go for some kind of run back takeout. Yeah, I think a takeout on that kind of this stone that Caro is pointing could be good. They shouldn't bother about losing the yellow stone in the back. And if the shooter stays on that position and pushes red back, then they can start kind of promoting stones in there. Have good work.
like going to be a little risky on this one. They're going to try to come in, hit on that, and roll underneath. Gonna have to sweep this one hard, make sure it gets around that top. I think that's gonna catch that red, so what is it gonna do? It's going to slide it between. So still a good result. I think it gets rid of that troublesome red. It's stone there from Dirk. Good plan B. Oh, see an update over on sheet A. Henner Schnupp puts another 2 on the board, so they lead the Grey Ducks 9-0 in the 4th end. That is not a scoreline I thought I would see from the Grey Ducks.
Well, I mean, we have to be fair. We didn't scout Henner Schnupp, so Swiss teams We know Switzerland has a good curling team, so they could be kind of a dark horse, kind of the team that nobody really knows here in Belgium that could surprise people and get down pretty far in tournaments. And over on Sheet C, what was the intermediate score there?
Sheet C, Scandalicious scored another one, so they lead at 4-1. They're also in the fourth end there.
Yeah, the housekeepers, they started this morning with a lot of hopes and ambitions, and Bram stated, I think the final should be our place.
Ooh, those 4 bold words.
Yeah, but we know how Bram is. He's very confident, and I think you should be, as a sportsman, you should be confident in your own performance, and you should set some goals.
This one needs to curl a bit so it doesn't jam on that yellow. Unfortunately, is going to jam, or at least hit it. Moves it out of the way. Wanted that one to curl a bit more, and that one actually didn't seem to curl like the other ones. A little bit more weight possibly on it. Kind of leaves things open here. I'm saying let's draw into there.
Yeah, I mean, also it's harder to make that run back, getting yellow in shot position. Things look pretty good for Canadians with this setup, I would say. And it's skip time. This is where it's important to have your efficiency on the 7th and 8th stone. Leon is saying Hennis Snoep is a very strong team. Apparently we have people who know the team better than we do, so I'll take his word for it so far. So Leon, do you think they are candidates to reach the final, maybe even win the tournament? I mean, you have played against Team Vreken, and if you know how good the Swiss team is, who would be the better team between those two?
So, while this one came up a little bit shorter than they would have liked, it does take away that draw into the 4, so it's going to be, do we have to try to run this long double? Now, fortunately for the ladies, they have 2nd and 3rd shot, so even if they accidentally take out their one in the middle, they still got something there, so... I think they are going to be trying this double here, and so potential hashtag moments.
Yeah, I mean, if you throw some weight in it, at least you have an option to open things up. If you have the hammer, it's important to always kind of have that option to just put it on the pin or draw into the small circle.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and even if this nose hits, for example, or is just slightly outside and doesn't get away, they still have the opportunity to tap it back.
Yep.
So it will leave something, and it'll force Canadians to maybe put up a guard instead of trying to get a second score here.
They can even come around on the left side and slightly tap their 2nd shot Yellowstone, bump it into shot position if needed.
So here we go, Carol bringing the weight, wanting this one to hit on the outside edge of the nose. So far not calling for lie or sweep yet. This one's going to get on that correct side, and oh, there it is, but it jams. Is that going to roll out far enough?
I think red the shots.
Ooh.
They're looking at it.
Still close, but that red is still exposed, so maybe there's going to do something, allow them to do something with it at the end.
Yep.
Wim checking out what's the issue, what the situation is.
Yeah,
he's not even sure. He's not even sure, so he's going to try to draw something in.
Yeah, I think that's the good call, because now there's an open takeout for the possible shot stone of red. So if you put something in front of it, then it's also hard to take out the new shot stone, but it's drawing with a little bit of backing. So that's always nice to know.
Start sweeping it right away. Gary's joining in now.
Ooh, just might overcurl maybe? Or is it just way too light?
It's way too light.
It could serve as a guard. I mean, if red is the shot stone, no, it's not even a guard because it overcurls.
Yeah, you can get at that back one with hack weight.
Yep. Oh, and if you get to red, ladies could score 3 here.
Yeah, if they can hold that shooter inside the 8 foot, then they would score.
As long as
3.
Indeed. So a big opportunity here for Caro to come back on top in this game with a controlled takeout here. The line is there. We know it will curl with the right amount of weight, so it is a feasible stone. But then again, remember in the second end, she missed a takeout, and I hope that it's not something that sticks in the back of her mind when she has to throw this one.
Well, now it will, because you spoke it into existence.
Yeah.
So this one, if she misses, is Pim's fault.
Here it comes. Sweeper.
The weight looks good. It just needs to curl over. Is that going to turn enough with that weight? I don't think so.
I think it will. I think it will.
Just needs to tap it a little bit. Boop. Okay, it gets
It's
it.
okay.
So that is going to be one for the ladies.
Yeah, I think they hoped for more. I mean, they had an opportunity to score 3. It's just 1. They are still trailing in this game, so I think good result, but maybe kind of missed an opportunity to score more here in the sense. Yeah, it's better than leaving it wide and allowing Canadians to steal another one, I guess.
Yeah, normally this is where we would see the intermission, but since we're not playing 8-end matches, they're just going to go straight into it. They're going to try to rush to get that next end going, but as we start off the 5th, Canadians lead the sliding ladies 3-2. Canadians will have the hammer in this end.
I think looking, kind of peeking on the scoreboard, and he is kind of disguising the score in the 3rd end, but the Swiss team is really hammering it there. They stole another one, so it's leading 9-0. So I think we can safely start to confirm that Grey Ducks are losing the first game, and Handshakes, they win and then take a big lead in the group stage here.
And as I take a peek over on the other sheet, I can see that the Handshakes is also lying 2 at the moment over there. So Grey Ducks really needing to get something done with their last couple of stones. No, this one carries into the house, and Canadians try to decide, what do we do? Looks like they're going to try to just take it out. Good choice. When you've got the lead, even by 1, you want to limit the opportunities for the other team.
Yeah, I think if you can just leave things wide open, score on your last stone. You have hammer now. You have a 2-point leads.
This one feels heavy. Is this going to curl over enough? It is going to catch it.
If it stays on the side of the house, that's even better.
Gets it out.
Excellent.
And the shooter stays. Nice stone there from Wim. I like
Excellent
that
stone.
one. It's being quite noisy out there. The housekeepers shouting.
Yeah, the shout keepers.
This one coming over. It's getting over the hog. Will that get onto that center line? And it does. So no tick rule coming into effect there. Canadian's going to take advantage. Going to try to come in behind that guard. Looks well beside the guard. Just how much weight is that going to have? Will it get behind it? Stays outside just a little bit there, so Caro can go after it. And there's even technically kind of a double there too if they like, but no, we're going to try to get to the inside part of the nose there. Caro waving them in, wanting to get to swim deeper. If it's can get behind.
It will find the gap.
Oh, yeah, a little bit heavy, so that's going to miss that tap.
The gap of horror, as we called it in one of our reels.
You don't give it that nickname until they've missed like 3 or 4 shots to it, so... And that was kind of one of those situations where it didn't look like any stone would actually get through with all the rubble and everything in the house, and they found the path. The path of least resistance.
Nice, finds a little tap there.
It's the rollover. Very good setup there.
Yeah, Canadians really put the pressure on the ladies so far.
So Housekeepers and Scandalicious have moved over into the 5th end. Housekeeper scoring 1. So get within 2. So Scandalicious leads that 4-2 over there. I'm going to have to change the timer on that.
Yeah, I agree.
Scoreboard. We thought last night when we were testing it, 10 seconds seemed too long, but 5 seems right. 5 is too long or too short.
Yeah, I think with the voiceover, really it's minimal 10 seconds.
I can barely say anything before it disappears.
Ooh, this over
one's
girls.
going to be light as well, so it's going to over curl. It's going to tap that yellow. Is it going to have enough to get it into the house?
No,
Not quite.
it is in the house, but yeah, it's not very helpful. I think it's just an invite for Canadians to come around it and claim that part of the forefoots. You can even indeed promote.
Yeah, I think with 3 already sitting shot, they're just going to try to tap that red one further, leave a guard sitting there. And even if it comes up short, light, it's still a good guard, so they'll be guarding 2.
Window of opportunity is closing down on the ladies. Don't know how much time they have on the timer. Didn't bring my binoculars to really have a peek, but
I'm not sure. 20-ish minutes? Yep, 20 minutes.
it could be 2 ends to go then. This is a nice stone again.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's exactly what they wanted. Leaves everything in a good spot. It's going to take multiple stones to clear things out.
Yeah. Canadians set 4 now. And it's up to Dirk to throw some weight in there, I guess.
Although, yeah, there's a setup here for where it needs to have weight.
You need to try and remove at least 2 redstones, but this is...
It's gonna catch it and needs more ice.
Yeah.
But it does open things up, so there's still gonna be an opportunity. I don't think that's...
Yeah, I don't think it really opens it up that much. I mean, there's still so much red in the house.
Well, now they have an easier access to promote that one forward. If they guard over that, they can try to run some of these other reds back. But it's still going to take... If they cover up that yellow, or like Wim is saying, hit and roll over, that takes away something. Could make it need multiple stones to clear things out.
Yep.
Curling over and misses.
This could be maybe an opportunity here. Is there a double, potential triple takeout? Going to retry throwing some weight in there. Dirk is also saying just make sure we kind of separate all of those stones. Open up the middle there. We're gonna see a cannonball in here, John.
I'm not sure I like the cannonball up on the reds because you leave the risk of you're pushing one of theirs in. So if you, at least with the yellow, run your own back,
it keeps something, but yeah, I think there's the opportunity to move all 3 reds, move a lot of things around, so...
Looking at how Tess and Ziva are running there, this has some weight.
Looks pretty good. It's going to catch... Oh, it needs to curl a little bit more, so it's only going to knock 1 out. Had the weight, I think, but just, yeah, I think that's that weight versus line and how much is it going to curl, and yeah, so now it's lined up for a double. Canadians is going to throw a guard over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think they're going to try to mess with that tap and roll from on the yellow. Just play the safe guard. Reaper's trying to hold this one straight. Once it starts to go, I think it's going to curl too much. Nope. That's going to be just nice.
Excellent. If it can get slightly behind,
even
perfect.
better. Okay.
Yeah, this was a very nice stone here. And here he is overly excited here. He's super happy.
I don't think that's what he wanted. I don't think he's so happy with it because, yeah, it leaves a path for those reds. You can double them out, and then you'd end up sitting shots. So
Dirk still believes in the victory here. He's trying to gain momentum.
Curling Poet, hey, how are you doing?
Curling Poet
says he's joining us here from Borgarnes, Iceland. I'm probably saying that wrong. Oh, I know I'm saying that wrong. Heading home from the Ice Cup here in Akurey. I can't pronounce any of the Icelandic city names other than Reykjavik. Rooting for the Canadians. Well, you got to root for a team named after your home country. And it looks like he said Team for Victoria won the gold in the tournament. That's cool. That's one of my bucket list places is Iceland. I'd love to go see it. And even though it's a short flight away, still have not had a chance to get out there. Maybe I can convince my wife to go, even though she hates the cold.
The lady's still figuring out what to do in the situation here.
Maybe they're going to try to draw behind. I think there's enough room there, so that's what they're kind of looking at. They can still get in. Yeah, they can still get into the button with plenty of protection, so if we take a look at the overhead quickly, yeah, you can see there's plenty of room to curl in behind, still plenty of room to get in better than that shot stone.
Yeah, the only tricky thing here is 1 point enough. Then you will go into the last inch 3-3 with Canadians having the hammer, so a tie could be okay-ish in a Bonspiel.
Yeah.
By the way, did you peek at the scoreboard over on sheet A?
Oh, no, I see it now.
Things are looking very brutal there for the Grey Ducks. They were hoping to save the season a bit. They are relegated from League A to League B in the Belgian Curling League. And but then again, it could be a fact that this Swiss team could be a dark horse. We all
they're certainly playing this match very strong. This one's going to catch on that yellow. What does it do?
It doesn't change that much.
A couple of things around, but yeah, still leaves 4 reds in the house. Bring a Belgian team to the Ice Cup. We'll have to see. As long as it's not overlapping with this tournament next year, that could be an option. We're always looking to go. Our team are the Takeout Tigers, trying to get them out and playing more foreign tournaments. So we only managed to play 1 this year not even as a full team.
Yeah, we had Jerry, tournament director of this tournament, here on the left, helping out with the team in Katowice in Poland.
Anywhere here in the house is going to be a good stone. This one coming up light and gonna over curl, so it's still gonna allow Caro to try to get in there, try to put something on the house. Oh, they're gonna come over from the left side anyway, asking for more ice.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a hit and roll option there over on the left side.
So, as you saw from the scoreboard, Hennis Schnupp leading 12-0 over the Grey Ducks in the 5th end as they head into the 5th.
So, an important draw here for Caro as the Canadians are sitting 3 in the 8th foot, and this draw needs to be pretty darn good.
And I would say with that backing at the back of the 4 foot, they should play it. The miss is heavy. I
Yeah.
know it would stay behind the tee line, but you want it to be there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The miss is heavy.
You want to at least make sure that Bart has to throw a difficult stone, or Harry has to throw a difficult stone. I think Harry was throwing 4.
This one coming in, is that going to stay wide? Did they? Nope, that's going to curl over and get it up against there, so at least it's not. It's a good stone from Caro. I like that one.
Yeah, that was decent.
Though they're with that gap, they can hack weight at it, clean it out, score 4, possibly 5. Yep, that's what Wim is looking at here. I mean, even if they lose the shooter, it's not a big deal. Bart possibly looking at some run back options, but I think that angles on the fronts aren't as good.
Team coming over to help the side here. I mean, the clock is on their advantage, I'd say.
Yeah, they're only going to get the next end in. I think this is only going to be end with 6.
It's time for a Leon peel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw those peels. Those were super heavy.
And to be fair, even if it catches that red in the back, it's still not terrible. They would still end up scoring 3. So good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Tim. See, this is why we needed Tim's binoculars to really kind of have a peek at
Yeah, well, I think he's agreeing with what Bart was saying. The in-off, go with the in-off here. Play a hit and roll. They lose 1 red in the process, but
well, yeah. But
there's a little bit less risk.
if they can get yellow out, they can score 1, 2, maybe 3. So that's a good option.
If they get yellow out, they're scoring 3 at least, if not 4. Really depends on.
Well, I think.
Well, no, they would score 4. They would.
Well,
Score
but
4.
it's a hit and roll, right? So they would kind of lose the redstone.
Yeah, but there's another red outside of the overhead. That
Oh,
you
okay.
can't see, so.
But he flashed it.
No. Well,
This
it's
is,
an effort.
A steal of 1 for the ladies. Them saying, yeah, binoculars are essential equipment for curling. That's true.
Ladies tie things up.
And they're pretty happy with the steal. That was a very good draw from Caro. So in the 4th end.
Oh, you already moved it to the next one before I fixed. It's okay.
What did I do?
No, you moved it to the next end.
No,
Or
I
did
didn't.
I? Okay, must be I clicked the wrong button then. Don't worry. Just trying to blame you for nothing. Made it. No mistakes. We're all okay.
So the ladies are looking for a steal here. The bell is probably going to ring during this end. So
I
it's
see 8 minutes left on the clock. This is for sure the last end. Ladies need a steal to win. Canadians just need to score 1. So we're going to see some ladies setting up guards here, trying for the possibility of the steal. This one's going to come across. It's going to curl just a little bit too much, get off that center line, but still
Decent
in the
stone.
center where it needs to be.
It's the guards, more or less on the center line, but well, not on the center line, but nicely in the center. So this is a good opening. The first of 8 stones to try and seal that steal.
Canadians are just trying to come around, get this one in the house. Feels a little bit of the light side. It's going to just tap that yellow, slides over. So, and Swedish curl back to the middle, just avoids getting onto that center line. So the tick rule is not in effect at the moment. Still the 5 rock rule though, so they can't just take it out. Carol giving some huge ice
Oh yeah,
to get this one around.
really needed around. Cannot really split it over
Sweepers
curl.
on it straight away. If this one feels like it's a little bit light, yep, there it catches and starts to go. This is going to be over top of that red.
This was just too light then.
Yep, but look at how much ice that she gave. Maybe it was a little bit inside and then ended up still over behind that yellow. So they do get their stacked up yellow guards over there. So there's some positive from it.
They only need to steal one, so as long as they get one good stone behind the guards.
So Wim trying to come around their own guard as well. Get something in the house. This looks like it's got enough weight. Plenty of ice around that guard.
Maybe a bit heavy.
Maybe on the heavy side. Yeah, Caro's going to try to sweep this one through. Put a little effort
It's
into it,
out.
Caro, and there you go. Gets it out the back of the house. So
A bit heavy was an understatement. It was definitely too heavy.
So lots more ice over on this one for Ziva. This one is sweeping right away. Feels like it might be a little bit inside and also a little bit light. So, you know, a third guard, not the worst thing in the world.
Or maybe promote it if it has
If
enough
that has
weight.
enough weight, that could possibly tap that yellow through. And just gets it in.
Thank you, Wim, for making this very, very tense. But yeah, it is in. It is in.
Not a bad result, honestly. It gives them a shot, a stone in the house. They can guard it up and start covering it if they like. Or they can try to come around behind these double guards.
Yeah, still hard to kind of predict who's going to win. We had a little poll over on our Instagram. Their Canadians have a little bit of an advantage with the fans there. It is a close game so far. Will this curl enough?
No. And also a little heavy. Caro trying to get this out the back. And not quite out of play.
It's out of the house, but out of play, I think. It's just touching the back line.
Out of the house, but in play.
Or in play, yeah.
Out of play, they would move the stone. Or they should move the stone, because
Yep.
if you leave it there and something jams on it, well, guess what? It stays.
Ooh, Redux apparently were able to finally score on their hammer. So that's kind of a good morale booster to just avoid that.
This one looking okay with the line. Is it going to be too heavy as well?
It is heavy.
It is heavy. They're going to try to sweep this back and catch on there, and stays biting in the back. So 2 in the house for yellow, but that last one's not going to do that much.
I feel like the first team that is able to really make a good draw here will have a big advantage at winning the end and potentially the game. But both teams haven't managed to make that draw so far.
This one gets around the guards. Where's the weight?
The weight seems okay.
This looks good. Going to be right above the tee line.
Perfect. Perfect.
Very good stone there. That's going to be difficult to get rid of.
Yeah, this is something the ladies would not like. I mean, they have to deal with it now.
Yep.
It's kind of... You're saying this is heavy.
Heavy. So it might stay too wide. It's not. No, that's going to be way too wide.
They're hoping for it to curl, but it just does not curl enough. It will fly by. And a missed opportunity
Spreads
here.
out the back. Yep.
So now it's just guarded up. We are very, very close to a victory for the Canadians here. And that was a very good draw from the Canadians, followed up with a missed draw from Dirk. And those two stones could be decisive for this end.
Just needing a guard here. Let's take this draw or this hackaway approach at a shot stone away. This one to curl just a little bit. I think this is going to be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Very good placement there from Gary. So as we do see, Grey Ducks have scored 2, so Hennes Schnupp leads 12-2 as they're in the 6th end there. Housekeeper scoring 3 to jump over Scandalicious, so they lead 5-4 there, also in the 6th end.
Ooh, interesting. So
very tight matchup going over on a sheet C.
yeah. I mean, this was kind of way more close for the Housekeepers than they wanted, I guess, but you have to grow in a tournament, and the important thing is just make sure you win and you kind of progress each game. And it all comes down to making sure you get out of the group stage, get your way into to the knockouts. If you can do this by winning your group, you might have a better seeding.
Trying for a double here.
This should work.
And he gets it. Come on, roll out. That's going to be superb for Dirk. I like that one. We
Excellent.
are clicking it. That is a great shot.
Excellent shot from Dirk.
Oh, look at the smile. he's a little...
He knows.
Yeah, that was okay. Oh, it was okay.
They are still in the game, John. That was a very, very important one. A miss for the ladies could have been another nail in the coffin, but he avoided that, and it's still up for the Canadians to make the draw. And think Canadians are still kind of in a favorable position. They have the hammer. They have an opportunity to just draw it in, as on the background the clock
is going
is
off.
going off.
But I think the timer's inside. I wonder if they have somebody to turn it off. I believe the Canadians still might actually be sitting shot as well. This
Could
is
be,
definitely
yeah.
going to come into the shot position. Another good stone right there on top of...
Although it is slightly wide, is there a potential tap and roll in?
Yeah, I think with, like, say, back 8 weights,
I mean,
they can curl enough to get in on that. They just need a little bit of a nudge to get over.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Leon, that shot has been clicked. That is definitely a shot of the match there.
Yep.
That was huge for the ladies as well. They needed that, or they were sitting dead, I think.
Yeah, if they would have missed that one, it would just allow Canadians to put up another guard, and then I think it would have been over, close to over. But we are far from concluding. A couple of important stones left here. I mean, the ladies are still alive, but they are hanging by a thread here.
This has to have the right line,
Yeah.
has to have the right weight Sweepers are working this one. Just need to make sure it gets around that guard and then let it go. It's going to curl. Is it going to have enough? No, it's going to not curl enough.
Oh, you don't want to bump it into a kind of protected position.
All right. At least they're getting it behind the tee, so there's still
that. But then again,
possibility. Yeah, that's not what you wanted, though. Look at that line. Now, they do have
a run back.
They have the run back there. I would draw, but you're moving the camera, so
I can predict when you want to draw.
They can tap that, so they can do something like that. Tap that yellow.
That's true.
That's all set up nicely.
But yeah, this is why they're just drawing a second red in there. So one more stone for the ladies after this. Canadians are sitting shot right now. So the last stone for the ladies will count.
It's true. There is a hit and roll there as well. I think trying to take this one out. Ooh, but that might actually leave a better hit and roll for.
Yeah, I think so.
For them.
I think so. I mean, this is just an open invite to hit and roll. Maybe just taking out yellow and kind of take that option away would have been a safer decision. Just make sure that the ladies cannot use those stones on the side of the house to roll in.
Yeah, Dirk coming and looking at possibilities.
He wants to know kind of where the stone is. Just if he needs to sweep, it's really important to know.
Yeah, where it has to get
to.
Full 4 foot is enough. But again, I think they leave a hit and roll for. If they're not playing this as a hit and roll in, then
yeah, it needs to end on a shot position. That's the first super important thing.
Yeah.
If it's not shot, then the game is over. So then it doesn't really matter where it leaves. Will this stone from Caro
sweeping it hard? Is it going to be light?
It's light and it will overcurl. It's definitely too light.
No, it looks okay. Looks okay. It's got the line, but it is going to come up short. They are working this hard. Even Ziva's getting involved. Needs to be full 4 foot and
too
comes
light.
Up just short.
So there it is.
So
a decent attempt, but Canadians win this game unless they do something really weird here. But I think the smartest thing is just to kind of throw it away. And this is looking at where the broom is.
They're actually playing a draw.
Well, they should. I mean, there is still enough chance where you have those tiebreaker things where
you need points. Yeah, with limited ends or just playing on a time limit. Yeah, ends won and shots or points scored count or matter for tie breaks. As long as they don't tap a yellow one too deep, this one is going to be on the light side, but it is just going to tap off the edge of that yellow.
So that is confirmed a victory for the Canadians and also a victory for me, as this is my first right prediction so far. And well, they are shaking hands. Maybe a little final quick update over on the other sheets there.
Well, we are still looking at 12-2. Handshakes over Grey Ducks there on the last end. And then I'm going to be changing this timer on the scoreboard. Housekeepers are still up 5-4 in the last. Looking at the last couple of shots, can't really quite see what's going on in the house, but we are going to say goodbye here from this with Canadians winning. Oops.
Canadians, they score 1 in the last end, so they win 4-3.
And there we go. Let's get the correct score. Put it up there. Never mind. We're going to come into the booth. So that was a pretty good match, back and forth. What we love to see, seeing both teams trying to figure out the ice. That it is tricky with the new standard stones and everything going on like that. So teams were trying to figure that out, and it's probably going to help them going further, but I think both teams would have liked to have gotten that during this match.
Yeah.
But still fantastic. We're seeing, Handshakes
really, really putting it to the Grey Ducks over there. They're going to be a team to watch in this tournament. Really strong,
Definitely.
according to Leon. And then the Scandalicious and Desperate Housekeepers, they're playing it really tight. So it's going to be interesting to see how that affects how they're going to play. So all in all, great match, great start
match.
to the
I think
tournaments.
the second end was a bit decisive. Remember, Caro missed the takeout and then leaving that draw short. This is where they kind of left some points, allowed Canadians to steal, and also the takeouts where they could have scored 3 and they only scored 1. This is where they left some points. And if they just lose by 1 point, I think in those 2 key moments, the ladies had options to score more, to get a better result and to win the game. But the Canadians, they played kind of the decent game, so I think they're the deserved winner.
Yeah, and obviously Dirk's double takeout in the last end, shot of the match for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it kept them alive. They had a chance, and unfortunately, just not taking advantage of it. But still, great match from both teams. Really good to see things going. I love to see so much swing in the ice. That's key. It was kind of hard to tell for me if ice was slower or not, slower or faster. We'll have to ask some of the skips in between, like what they thought, how they feel it's playing, but. Definitely a lot more curl than we've seen on the ice recently. So
I'm going to see if I can have Wim do a short interview. You can keep talking.
All right. Well, how's everybody doing today?
Je mag op het kruisje staan.
We're going to move everything over to the interview
wacht, we gaan een klein interview doen. Nee, de microfoon is aangeschakeld. Laat hem erop staan. Let's go to the interview booth. If you wanna, als je op het kruisje wilt staan, iets naar achter. Nog iets naar achter.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Let's see if you can.
It's good.
Okay.
So really good match to start off, Wim. How did you feel about the ice?
A bit difficult ice to start. The pebble wasn't broken, so very slow. But a lot of curl.
Yeah.
And later on it changed. And later on we had nice ice.
That's good. That's good to hear. We love to see. That was the one question we had with the ice itself was how fast or slow it was. We could see the curl. Didn't know about the speed.
There was a lot of difference between the first part of the game and the second part of the game.
Okay, that's good. Good.
But we managed.
Yeah, a good start.
We have a team who never played together. So that was also very difficult. Then you must know how one player is playing the in or the outside and what the speed. It's a question of communication and we came through.
Right.
And we should have taken the 5th end with more stones, but for the rest, it's okay.
All right. Well, good luck in the rest of your matches and congratulations for a good start and wish you best of luck.
Thanks.
you.
Thank you. Good work. You.
All right. I wasn't sure if the mic was on. I couldn't hear him in my end.
But I think it was pointed out. We'll have to make some adjustments. This is a newish thing for us. So hopefully you guys heard. Basically what he was saying was that the pebble needed to be broken a little bit. So the ice was really slow at the beginning. Sped up a little bit as it went. So they were really enjoying the ice conditions in the second half of it. A new team just put together, never played before, never trained together. So learning each other how they go. So winning in those conditions is a good start to the tournament. So that's going to give them confidence going, progressing as they progress through today.
Yeah. We're going to have a quick break because we have 5 matches today, which is quite a lot. So we will see plenty of us. Next game is up pretty soon and there will be Team Verreken, the national men's team of Belgium, playing against Lutz, the Polish team. So will be new for us to see how the Polish team will perform. They already arrived here at the venue, so see you soon for our next game, and we'll have new predictions coming up.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.